Hi everyone and welcome to Finland. We're having nice wintry conditions today. I've been getting some requests of making a post Thru-hike video, and here it comes. And there is my home. Just kidding. It's not my home. Neither is the White House. It's just a building that I happen to live very close to. But I was thinking that it would be nice to make this video outside, since you've been used to seeing me hiking and filming the trail. So this is how we're gonna roll. This here is Lake Saimaa, and some bunny has been hopping over it or across. Lake Saimaa is the largest lake in Finland, and I think it's fourth largest in the whole Europe. Today it's 5th of February, and on today in Finland we celebrate our national poet, who is Johan Ludvig Runeberg. And he was the guy who initially wrote the lyrics to our national anthem, but because he was a Swedish-speaking guy, he wrote the lyrics in Swedish, and those were later translated in Finnish. But because Finland is a bilingual country, we have two official languages that are Finnish and Swedish. Our national anthem can be sung in Finnish or in Swedish, and in many official celebrations it's sung in both languages. But as I said, he was a poet, a Swedish-speaking poet, and today we celebrate him, but also we celebrate the literature and the culture of Swedish-speaking Finns. That's a little bit of history for you. And as I say, it's 5th of February, but I think I will be posting this video later because there are still some AT videos that I haven't had a chance to post to my YouTube channel. So maybe you will be viewing this one a little bit later. And this here is my local trail. This is where I go to run during the summer, but now during the winter this is a ski track. This is about 1 mile long, so it's not a very long trail, but it's a nice place to go for a run and run it around a few times. And also there are these smaller trails going through this forest, so quite often I might not be running along this wide track here, but I go bushwhacking somewhere in the middle of the forest, and I like to run there. Oh, there seems to be one smaller trail here, even during the winter. Let's go see where this is going to lead. The idea of this video was to talk a little bit about my life after my Thru-hike. And while I was on a trail, and actually also before it, I've heard that there is such a thing as post-Thru-hike depression. And people told me that it really is a thing. But I was thinking that since I have a place to go to and I have a job and everything, maybe I'm not gonna get depressed. And after I returned to Finland, I started working very fast and very much. I was working as a radiographer at the hospital. I was teaching dance. I was planning new choreographies. I was going to dance seminars and being very busy during I think it was October. And then in November, everything changed. I didn't have that much work. I was just lying down in my home and doing nothing. And at that time, I really didn't understand it. I just realized it somewhere later in December that I was actually depressed. I was willing to do nothing. I was feeling very tired, very lazy, very bored, and extremely lonely. Far more lonely than I ever been on the trail. And that was a little bit strange because I was in a town in the middle of all my friends and family, but still I was feeling lonely. And it took me some time to realize that, okay, this is it. This is the post-Thru-hike depression. And it took me a while to kind of get back on the track, to start dancing and start training and going to the gym and do my usual thing. But after I was able to start dancing again and be more active, then I started to feel better, and I was in all senses I was more like content to my life. So I think being so stationary after my Thru-hike wasn't really a good thing. I did need that rest, but still I think it was a little bit too much. I was lying down, being stationary way too long, and that really got into me. And also that time in the winter, it was very dark. I read it from a local newspaper that where I'm living, there was like 20 or 40 minutes of sunshine during the whole December. So, I mean, there was more daylight, of course, but all the days were very cloudy. And during the winter where I live, we have about 5 hours of daylight. And if that 5 hours is cloudy all the time, you might get depressed. And it really doesn't help in that kind of a situation. But now we have more light, and it's already like 8 hours of daylight, so it's coming lighter so fast that it feels so much better. Whoa, I'm gonna go underneath here. Okay, so there is still daylight in the afternoon, and that feels pretty great. And now that there are these wonderful sunny winter days and we actually have snow, it feels so much better. The nature is so beautiful during the winter. And while I was on the trail in Georgia when it was snowing, some people had asked me that how I was able to deal with the snow. So to tell you my secret, I've been living most of my life in Finland, and this is what we have every winter, so snow is not a thing to me. It's normal, so I know how to deal with it. But I met some guys from Florida when I was in, I think it was in North Carolina, and it was snowing, and they were freezing and they were wearing like shorts. And one of the guys said that it was like third time in his life when he ever saw snow. So of course it's understandable that they didn't know how to prepare for these wintry conditions. But I, being used to living in this winter wonderland, the snow is not a big deal for me. I actually enjoy it. It's just a question that what you are wearing. When you are wearing the right things, you are not cold and you can enjoy being in this snowy landscape. Now I'm back on that ski track and I'm coming to the shore of Lake Saimaa. I think this was a place where I once spent a night under the sky without a tent when I was preparing for my Thru-hike, because I was buying some new gear, or mostly like replacing my gear with something better. So I needed to do some test drive for that gear. So I was sleeping on this rocky shore, and there is a blog post about that in my blog. I can put the link on the description of this video. It might be a little bit windy here, so you might not be able to really hear me talk. There is also a ski track. People have been skiing along the ice to wherever they want to go. And there is some trail to that small island. Let's go see the island. It's really beautiful weather in here. A tall building on the top of a hill, that's a church. It's a church of a congregation that I used to be a part of, an evangelical Lutheran church. You might be able to see some teeny tiny people walking there along the ice. And there is a ice skating track to the island nearby, and there is a lean-to where people like to go. And they take their sausages with them, and then they fry the sausages over the fire and have some snack. And also in this teeny tiny island where I'm now, there is a place where you could fry your sausages over the fire. That's what we do. We don't usually do the marshmallow thing that Americans do, but we have the sausage. There is anyway far more to eat in a sausage than there is in a marshmallow. Since this is the day of our national poet, I would like to recite a poem that is not written by him, but another Finnish poet. He's called Aaro Hellakoski, and he has this very short poem that says, "Tietä käyden tien on vanki, vapaa on vain umpihanki." And that translates to, walking the road, you're the prisoner of the road. Freedom is only in the untrodden snow. And that's what we have here. Some untrodden snow. Which is not going to stay very long untrodden because I'm walking here. But I like that poem very much, and I was thinking a lot about it while I was hiking the AT. Because I think it is trying to say that walking along a road, that's easy. Then you do what the most people do. But when you are doing the hard thing, you're doing the difficult thing, you have to work harder, but then you are really able to get that freedom. You're really able to do your own thing, what really matters to you, and not just what society or someone, your mother or whoever wants you to do. And I think that was the experience of through hiking the AT for me. I was doing the thing that was important for me. And I also think that if you try to through hike the AT to please someone else, it might not be enough to get you through it. You really want to do it for yourself. Okay, the sun is about to set quite soon, even though it's not very late in the afternoon. So I'm heading back home through this beautiful winter landscape. But I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my future plans. So after through hiking the Appalachian Trail, the question that people usually ask is, well, what about the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail that is on the west coast of US, that is a little bit longer than the AT. And yes, I am interested of the PCT, and I was interested about it already before I came to the AT, and I was also a little bit considering about the PCT, but I was thinking I would like to do the AT first and see if I enjoy it, then I might consider doing the PCT. And I would really love to do PCT. I think the terrain and the landscapes on the PCT are far more spectacular what it is on the AT. So, and there are also higher mountains, which I'm of course interested because I have been doing mountaineering. But the problem of course is that I need some time and quite a lot of money to be able to do the PCT. So I think it's possible that it's not going to happen in a few years. I need to get some kind of balance to my own economy before I'm able to do that. But I do have that dream, I have to admit. Then the other question that you, my dear followers, might have is that what about this YouTube channel? Maybe or hopefully you have been enjoying my videos and hearing me babble about everything. So I am planning to continue doing videos, not daily videos like I was doing while I was hiking the AT, but still I'm planning to do videos of all kinds of outdoor activities. So there might be coming some climbing videos, and I'm planning to do some hiking videos from Finland. I think that's going to happen when there will be less snow, so I think I have to wait until spring or summer to be able to do those, because hiking, well, you can hike during the winter, but it's a little bit more challenging. So I would really like to show you some places where you can hike in Finland, and especially the beautiful nature that we have in Finland, because it's very unique. And this kind of Nordic nature is very different what people are used to seeing in US. And I do know that most of you, my followers, are American. I have some Finnish followers and some other followers from Europe, but I think you might be enjoying the beautiful nature of ours. It has some similarities with the nature in Maine. I was feeling very much like being at home when I was in Maine, and I think it might have some similarities with Alaska, because if you think about the latitudes, Finland is quite close to where Alaska is. So if you want to think how far up north we are as far north as Alaska is. Okay, I'm once again doing a shortcut across the ice, and I came to a place that I would like to show you, because you might remember this. If you have watched my very first AT video, and I'm not talking about the first hiking video on the Appalachian Trail, but my AT announcement video. So that was my first pre-AT video. In the intro of that video, you can see me walking from the forest towards the camera. And this is the place, this is the exact place where that video was shot. So I came from there and walked to my camera. I don't know if I could be able to recreate it. I should have some kind of tripod to put my camera on. It's really beautiful in here as the sun is setting. The camera really can't capture the actual colors, but it is very beautiful indeed. One more thing I would like to tell you about these videos. I'm planning to make a post Thru-hike gear video, so I can talk about all my gear that I was using and what I was happy with and what I was not. So I wish that I'm able to serve the future generations of AT Thru-hikers to know what you can use and what worked for me. I think for me it was very important to watch the videos of other Thru-hikers. It helped me tremendously. Especially, I have to give a very big shout out to Thru-hiker who was Thru-hiking in, I think it was 2016, so 1 year before me. He was called Spielberg. Oh, that was his trail name. His videos are amazing. You really should watch those if you are willing to do a Thru-hike. His gear review videos are very good, and he's also very nice gentleman. I was asking him a lot of questions about Thru-hike, and he was very helpful. So thank you, Spielberg. You really did help my Thru-hike. And also I want to thank each one of you who are watching there right now and who have been watching my videos. It has meant a world to me. It would not make so much sense. Of course, I wanted to make the videos for myself also, so that I have something to remember my Thru-hike with. But it meant so much to me that I had a bunch of followers who were watching my videos and rooting for me and asking questions and commenting. It was very important. It makes you want to hike on and make more videos and keep those people updated. And many of those people were, many of them were from America, and people who I've never met, who I don't know, who don't know me, and still they have been very interested about my Thru-hike and how I'm doing. So thank you so much. I met a couple of you while I was hiking, and that was wonderful. I'm so thankful that you came to talk with me. It was an amazing experience, and thank you for all your comments. And I would really like to ask you one question. If you have been watching my videos, I would like you to comment today and tell me where you're from. If you are from US or if you are from somewhere else, and maybe if you are from US, you can tell what state you are from, or if you have been hiking the AT, if you're planning to Thru-hike, or if you're just interested in watching Thru-hiker videos. I would really like to know where you're from and why you like to watch these videos. So thank you. Stay tuned. There will be more videos coming to my channel every once in a while. And keep hiking, stay healthy, enjoy the winter, enjoy the spring. It's gonna be more light, more sunny days, more warm. Thank you.